Hello and welcome to this Nelly Byte video on file analysis. My name's Neil Simpkins, otherwise known as Nelly. So file analysis, when we're talking to people about Cloud NAS, and one of the things Cloud NAS does is have the ability to reclaim space off of an on-premises file system. And a lot of people say, well, is there a way of telling how much free space we will save so we can work out how much money we're likely to save by moving to Cloud NAS? So this is just a little PowerShell script. ChatGPT helped me write it. Basically, I'm not a PowerShell expert, so I got some help from a bit of an AI engine, and it basically just walks a tree structure, a file structure, brings back the information into a CSV file that you can then open and filter to show you kind of what savings you're likely to get. So that's what we'll go through today. We'll run the script. We'll open the CSV file. And then we'll just go through how to filter and edit it to get the information that you require. So I'm going to get rid of my lovely face somehow. Cool, there we go. Right, I shall get rid of this. There we go. Cool. Okay. So here I've got a network share on my Synology box. It's just got some old data in there, and the data varies. It goes back from kind of 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, something like that. So there's a mix of data in there and a mix of file types. So I created a PowerShell script with the help of some AI engines. It's just called Firewalk 3. I've got different versions. You can see while I play with different things. I was trying to actually get the script to do some of the analysis for me, but it's coming back with some funny results at the moment, so we'll ignore that one. So Firewalk 3 is the one that I've been mostly using. And if we have a quick look at it, let me just drag it in. Very simple. You see it ask for a folder path to inventory, and that could be local or a network share. And then it asks for an output location for a CSV file. Then it actually goes away and collects the information, and then it puts it out into the CSV file itself. If you need a copy of this or you want it, just email me, neil@wasabi.com, and I'll send my current working version over to you. So that's the script, so we'll just shut that down. And like I said, I've got a test share that I'm going to scan. So all I need to do is open PowerShell, and we'll run. Let's get back to the right directory first. Oops. Test temp or test temp. There we go. And we'll run the file walk 3. There we go. So we're going to run that little PowerShell script. Now the path I want to inventory is here, so it's just we'll just copy that. It's just on, like I said, on my Synology box. Go back to my here. So there's a path I want to inventory, and then I'll output to the temp folder again, and I'll call this one, I don't know, I'll just call it Nelly.csv. There you go. Okay, so I hit the go button, and that will now analyze that file share, and it will bring back the CSV file, which you can see it's done there. And it'll also just give me a little summary, how many folders there are, how many files, total size in bytes, megabytes and gigabytes, just some basic stuff. Like I said, on some of my other PowerShell scripts, I was trying to actually get it to do some analysis here. I was trying to get it to allow me to input a date and it to tell me, the file sizes after that date. But at the moment, it's just coming back with some funny results. So now we've got our CSV file. We need to open it and do some manual analysis. There might be a way of doing this better with maybe a Python script or something like that. But at the moment, I'm just doing this manually. So go ahead and open the CSV. I'm not sure where that's gone. There it is. And you can see it's brought back some different fields. We've got, in fact, let me just get these into a nice kind of style. I'll put those in the middle. We don't really need bytes and meg. Gig is the one we're more interested in. In fact, let me put everything in the middle. It's just easier to read, isn't it? There we go. So I'll just move some of these fields. So I've got the file name. I'll shut these down, make them a bit smaller. And then I've got, is it a directory, size in bytes, megabytes, gig, last write time, creation time, and access time, and then the full share name. So the two columns we're really interested in is the gig and the last access time. So first thing I always do is I'm just going to go to the end of this and just take note of the last cell number here. So it's 10506. 10506. That's fine. Let's just go back up to the top. Okay, and I'm going to do a sum of this column here. So let's do equals, we'll do subtotal, and then we'll use function 9. I want to ignore empty cells, and then we're going to go from G2, which is the first cell here, down to, so we'll do a colon G10506, close off the brackets. Okay, so in total, let's just write GB in here. So in total, we've got 33 gig. Obviously, this is only a demo, so it's not, we haven't got huge amounts of data in that file share. So first thing I need to do is to filter this so I can start changing the date ranges on it. So if we highlight the top line here and come up to sort and filter, and then click on the filter button, that will add these little down arrows in, which will allow me to filter on the columns now. So one of the first things I do is, obviously we're not interested in directories, so I will drop out the true in the is it a directory. I only want the folders, I only want the files. So once we've done that, we'll see it just changes to the files. And then we need to look at the last access time. So on this down arrow here, you can see that it will tell me all of the various years that these files are, or I can, be more granular than this. So as a basic, if I said, look, I want to reclaim anything that's older than the start of the year, I could just take off 2026, hit OK, and that'll drop it down and say, okay, everything that's older than the 1st of January 2026 equates to 27 gig. So if you ran Cloud NAS against this file share with that parameter, say the start of the year, 1st of January, I'm going to save 27.86 gigs worth of space. So as I said, that's a very, very basic filter just going on the year. So we'll pop all that back in. That'll put us back up to the 33 gig now. So you could be much more granular. You could go, okay, date filters, and then you could go before and then pick a date. So today's date is the 8th of April. So let's say I wanted to do 6 months, sorry. So I could go the 8th of November 2025. So if I went for that, it's not changed it much. Obviously, there wasn't much data written between November and the start of the year. So, but it just goes to show you that you can, play around with these figures to see how much data you're going to save by, if I reclaimed the space from from before a certain date. And just play around with the figures. Say, yep, okay, if I went for the 1st of August last year, so everything after the 1st of August I kept locally, but everything that was written before it I want to archive off with Cloud NAS to Wasabi. It will tell you how much space you're going to save. And again, on this, you could look at how much space you're saving. You know how much you paid for your on-premises storage appliance, so you can work out, the cost of the savings by moving that cold old data off to Wasabi. So there we go, a basic script just to allow you to scan a share, pull back the information on a CSV file, and how to open that CSV file. Just do some basic filtering to give you a capacity that you would save by using Cloud NAS to move that cold old data off to Wasabi. Like I said, I'm not a PowerShell expert or even a Python expert. So if someone's got a better idea or way that they think that this could be done, I'd love to share. Love to share ideas with you. Just drop me an email, neil@wasabi.com, and we can arrange to get in touch and share ideas. And as I said, if you do just want a copy of this script, again, just email me and I'll send this script over to you so you can run this yourself. Thank you very much for watching.